Look at that, guys. Winter wonderland here in Michigan. We just got our first real snowfall of the year. Probably around 6, maybe 7 inches. It is totally covered. Very scenic, picturesque. But for the adult in me, it just means more work. It means I gotta go snow plow, I gotta shovel, I gotta salt. Sucks getting old, sucks being an adult. That's why we have our pigeons. So let's go take a look, guys. I just got done feeding. Actually, there's gonna be a little bit of chaos in there. Hopefully it doesn't drown out the noise. Alright, let's try this again. We tried to make a video earlier, but the sound of babies being fed was drowning out the audio completely. So hopefully they're done feeding and we can shoot a couple videos here, guys. I'm gonna attempt to make a breeders for 2023 video series. I'm not gonna go box by box like I did last year because some of the mated pairs are identical. About half are identical, half are new mates this year. So I'm gonna try to do maybe 3 pair per video, and that the fact that we have youngsters in the bulls, I think will make the video content a little bit more enjoyable. So again, I've been trying to make these videos for the last month and a half, and I have not been able to. I did shoot a video recently and I erased it off of one platform and it cleared it out of my system completely, so I couldn't utilize any of that content, which sucked because I had probably a couple hours worth of editing in and I lost everything. So we're gonna try to make those videos again, and I think today's the day to do it. I just fed and gave the birds everything they need. Hopefully they've calmed down enough for me to be able to come in here. And without further ado, let's start with the very first pair this year, guys. The very first pair on the list is Jason and the Polish hen. Let's go ahead and zoom in. See if we can get a little better video quality. There we go. That's good video quality there. Calm down, guys. Jason and the Polish hen this year, guys. I've mated this pair together primarily to give Jason a fighting chance. We bred 5 youngsters out of him last year and we didn't get a single good one. And by we, I mean a club member and I flew the youngsters, and we either lost them in training or lost them in the races. We had one youngster that made it to the very end, and we lost him on the 500. So unfortunately we didn't get any youngsters out of him. And if you guys remember in the previous videos how much I absolutely loved his youngsters, how well he raised the youngsters, how well they looked, and I made mention probably dozens of times how much I absolutely loved his youngsters last year. They did not prove to do anything, and it's unfortunate because I do have something invested in him. He is the type of bird that you wish you would have in your loft. He's perfect in the hand. He's got a beautiful pedigree to match. But that absolutely means nothing, guys. And I know I'm constantly preaching to, especially new guys, young members, stop handling birds. Stop fooling yourselves to think you know what a good bird should feel like. I guarantee you don't. And there's nobody that can pick a winner. There's nobody that can pick the next breeder for the next year. It's just that simple. I have not seen it. If you disagree with me, I will send you my address. Please come to my loft and pick this year's winners for me. Save me the time and headache of trying to fly the bad ones and the good ones. Just come to my house, come to my loft, pick the good ones for me so I can eliminate the bad ones and we can go on from there. If you're up for that challenge, let me know. I will leave my information in the comments below so you can more than happily come over and pick the winners for me. But if you can't, I suggest maybe we don't leave those comments in place, because handling birds means nothing, guys. We all want birds to handle nice in the hand. We all want pin tails and short wing bones and whatever. Follow whoever told you that's the criteria to follow in a good bird. You're probably wrong, but nonetheless, we're not going to make this a rant. I did put him onto the Polish hen this year because she has bred multiple race winners for me, and I think that's the route I want to go. If he can't pull a winner with her, unfortunately he's got to go, and I do have something invested in him. It is what it is, guys. They don't all breed well, and as beautiful as he is, and as nice as he handles, and as phenomenal as his pedigree is, if he can't breed a decent youngster, he's got to go. Every box is valuable. Every perch is valuable. That's how it goes. So we'll see, guys. The Polish hen to Jason. Let's take a quick peek at the youngsters while we're in here anyway. The droppings have gotten a lot better. You can see very little staining now. So I'm not sure what that was. I didn't medicate. I didn't give them anything specifically. I just let them be. The droppings did get much, much better. But a nice little silver here. Looks like a little red check on the other end. Very good looking youngsters. And they were. You know, they were last year as well. Oh my God, this bird is killing me. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys, let's move over to pair number 2. Hopefully these birds will calm down because they are a little on edge. Pair number 2, guys, this year is a remate. That is Connie and A10. Same pair as last year. You guys can go check out that video from the previous season. I did decide to remate these pair together because they bred such a phenomenal youngster for me last year. I want to see if they can duplicate that. And you guys can see I have 2 youngsters in the bowl. So we're definitely having better luck than last season. Last season, we bred 1 youngster out of this pair, guys. Just 1. And it was my fault. I should not have mated this hen that early. She just came off of a smash 400 where we sent 400 or so birds and we got 24 day birds. She was a first to my loft bird on the day, only minutes behind the winner. And she was hurt and I should not have mated her this early. I should have saved her a year. But I didn't want to. You see how it is. Every box is valuable. Every box, you know, has to have a bird that's worth keeping, and I wanted to use her right away. Again, I probably shouldn't have, and because of that, for one reason or another, either the eggs didn't make it or the youngsters died or whatever the case was, but they did give us 1 youngster, guys, just 1, and that bird went from 100 to 500 miles, being my second 500-mile bird, only minutes behind the winner. I mean, a tremendous racer. I don't even know where to begin with this pair. And he, guys, is the exact opposite of Jason. Whereas Jason is perfect in the hand with a beautiful pedigree, Connie is not. Connie's a little on the big side, maybe a little bulky, not really nice to handle, not as pretty. I don't even know what he is. I don't have any information on him. All I know is where he comes from. And yet, out of 1 youngster that they were able to produce, that bird went from 0 to 500 miles and made it the entire season, being one of my best birds of the year. That bird was 1028. That bird is now at Firebird Loft. He'll be breeding out of him this year. I think he's got him on 2 hens, guys, so we're really anxious to see how he does this year. I really do think that there's a tremendous value there. At least I hope there is. Again, there's no guarantee to anything, but a bird that can perform that well, I think there's something there. I really do, and I'm excited to see how Firebird does with him. And I'm hoping maybe even for the following season I can get a couple youngsters off him to race. This season, they were able to give me 2 youngsters. One of these youngsters is not theirs. Let me not spook them too bad. One is from the box next door. Its nestmate is in that corner, so we'll film that. But this larger youngster here that's basically sitting down is their youngster. The second one over, the little darker, dustier blue, is from Chris, this very next pair we're going to cover. Let him calm down. Very nice looking young birds, guys. Connie has proven to be the bird for me. He's definitely earned his keep. He's earned his box. We won't say too much about him, but he's a phenomenal bird. And again, you guys can see he's not as nice, but he can breed them, guys, and that's what we want. All right, guys, let's move right along. I'm hoping to not make these videos too long. Unfortunately, there's a lot to cover. I didn't think there was, but I guess there is. Pair number 3, guys, is a new mating this year. I decided to put Chris to the 69 hen. I really wanted to see if I can get something out of Chris. Chris has been a good breeder for me. He did breed a winner in the very first year that I got him, but unfortunately, it was with the hen that I got with him. And now I'm starting to think that maybe the hen was a better breeder in this case, because he has not been able to pull another decent youngster. They're okay. They fly okay, but they haven't been on top. And unlike that very first youngster I got out of him in the first year, which went on to breed 2 additional winners for me, Chris here has not. So I decided to put him to the 69 hen because she bred such a phenomenal youngster last year. Again, another 500 miler. That bird went off, and I sent him to High Anxiety Exotics. He is starting a loft, and I said, what a nice bird to put onto somebody that's starting. Maybe something that could work out for him, be a bird that he has for the longevity of his pigeon career. Again, that's all hopes, right? We don't know, but she did do the job. I'm hoping that this mating here will click and I can get something decent out of Chris. They did breed 2 youngsters. The checker is not theirs. The checker is the mystery egg that we moved around from box to box. So now I'm really starting to second guess on who the parents are. I was expecting either a red or a grizzle, and we end up getting a checker. Of course, that's how it works. Just when you think you got your eggs counted or your chickens counted before they hatch, and that's exactly what happens. But the youngster on the right, the little blue, and the youngster on this box here, the little dark blue, are both theirs. She carries the dusty genes, so the youngsters come out a little dusty. At least one youngster did. Let's see if I can pull them out here without spooking them too bad. Really good looking youngsters, guys. I have no issues with them at all. Nothing that I see. And the droppings did become a bit more firm. Again, looking at the staining, nothing too heavy. I did clean earlier, but you can see there's not really much. There's a fresh dropping right there. So we'll see, guys. Good looking youngsters nonetheless, but looking good is not what we want. We want good flyers, and we'll see if we can pull a decent youngster. They don't all have to be winners, guys. I just want top performing birds, and Chris here is probably one of my favorite birds in the loft. He just has a look about him. He has a temperament about him. I absolutely love this bird, and it's kind of why I'm hanging on to him when I probably shouldn't. I can't get enough of him. He's just so gorgeous. I'm not a big fan of blue bars, but you can see this bird he's tremendous. He just looks the part, and I think they make a really nice mated pair. But we'll see, guys. Chris and the 69 hen, pair number 3, guys.